Hi, it's Hans at ahappierman.com. Today's topic is moving tips. Well, as I may have mentioned a video or two ago, I'm moving to a city about 60 miles away from the city I currently live in. And it's getting closer. I'm less than a week away from moving. Very excited about it. I wanted to live in this city for a long time, and the circumstances were never right. So yeah, I finally have the reason to be over there with the good job, which was a big goal to get the job so I could move to the city. And now I'm moving to the city, and everything has fallen into place. I've got the place secured. I've got the movers are coming on a certain day to move me. So, what about the moving tips? Well, I think the biggest tip when you're moving is to make the moving your number one goal. After I had the two big goals, right? To get the job, and to move. Well, now I've gotten the job. Now I'm moving. So I moved the secondary goal, the moving, to number one, and I focused on that one goal exclusively. And along with that first main goal, the secondary goal was the transitioning myself and my daughter from how we're living now to something else. So in addition to the actual physical moving, there's all these other things that go along with moving, and that's the transition part. That's a secondary goal. But the main thing is the moving. So getting back to the moving tips, well, like I said, if you make that your number one goal, and you spend all your extra free time planning, thinking, doing things related to that first goal, which is moving, it's going to make it really smooth. It should. It has to. You can't do the thing with a big goal and something that's going to take enormous amounts of energy and probably quite a bit of money, is you can't do it well without spending a lot of time, without spending a lot of energy, without focusing on it. So all my other things that I like to do, I've kind of put those down on the back burner. I've done those very little, just kind of enough to keep them going. But the focus has been on the move, the planning the move, the packing, the getting things set up, the getting, what am I going to do in all these days leading up to the move? Start with that last day and work my way back and forth and write it down, plan it out, keep it in your mind. I mean, this is how successful people do things, how they've always done things, is it by focusing on doing that thing that you want to do and using your mind, thinking about it, doing the planning, talking about it with others, writing it down, and really the computer and plan, the spreadsheets and the documents and the emailing and the note-taking, all of that is just sophisticated methods of writing. So you don't want to get hung up on writing or doing things in a fancy computerized way, because all of that is just writing. It's just taking a pen or pencil and writing on paper or parchment or whatever, or on the computer screen. Right, so I do both. I'm thinking about it all the time. I'm writing things down. I'm taking notes. I'm taking the notes from one source, put it into my planner book. What do I do in the month? What do I do this month? What do I do next month? What do I do a month from there? What do I do this week? What do I do next week? What do I do the following week? What do I do today, tomorrow, the next day? All those things. Plan. Note. And as you get done with that, check them off. Do planning on scratch paper. And what scratch paper is? It's an extra paper that is just a practice. Does that make sense to do those things today, or should I do them tomorrow? Or maybe I should do them next week. Maybe some things I thought then have them all written down. Like for example, today I had some time And I had a lot of things I was planning on doing 3 or 4 days from now, going to the store, getting some initial supplies for my new place. I went and got them today. Well, doesn't that, so that's going to make that future day even easier, because I've already went to the store. I've already gotten those things. I need them. I've already placed them where they should be. You see what I mean? It's this constant thinking about your main goal, working on it, writing it down, talking about it with others if necessary. You know, I've been letting my close people know, you know, my plans, so there's no big shock to them. You know, I've secured, like I said, I have the movers. That's all paid for, and the money is set aside for them. I have the place where I'm going to live. I'll be opening that up in a few days. I know probably within about 95% certainty what I will be doing each day. And I've allowed a little bit of flex in that schedule if things don't go exactly how I planned it, right? You need a little bit of flexibility. You don't want things like, I don't have things planned out to the half hour or even usually it's within a couple of hour time frame. For example, I know when I have to go to work. I know what time the movers are coming. I know what time the new place is going to be available for me, so I can work within those time frames. But the actual, you know, I don't have to schedule, you know, every 30 minutes. And that overscheduling, that sometimes is a mistake, because you find yourself getting things you thought were going to take a long time done in a few minutes, and then what do? Or were hopelessly optimistic and scheduled a very hard, long task for a very short time frame, throwing you into enormous stress and exhaustion. So I would suggest don't do either one of those two things. Leave yourself some time. Have a rough idea how long it's going to take, but be flexible. Be flexible and easy on yourself. And I think the best way to be flexible and easy on yourself is to, if you have that goal of moving, make that your number one goal and focus on that, because that's a goal that will be nice, because it will, once you moved, you're done, right? And that's the kind of some of the nicest goals to have, is something that when you accomplish it, you're done. Now I can go into the next thing. So there you go. There's your moving tips. Oh, a couple other minor ones. Use cardboard boxes. Usually you can go to Walmart or stores like that, and the boxes are not that expensive. It's the best way for movers to move your stuff, because they'll come in with the hand dollies and pick up, you know, 5 or 6 or 7 boxes at a time, and it's going to save you enormous amount of effort in getting the stuff from one place to another. So pack the boxes, get the packing material, get that packing tape, get a Sharpie and write on the box what's in the box, because when you get that box to the next place, you might not have enough energy to unpack it all at once. Well, then you would just unpack the things that are most critical first, and kind of step by step as it makes sense for you. So yeah, moving shouldn't be that difficult. Boxes are key. I've helped a lot of people move and without boxes, and you're just taking enormous amounts of back and forth. The boxes will cut back on the back and the forth a lot. And then the pruning, getting rid of the stuff that you don't need and don't want before you start packing. Before, not after you haul it over. Everybody says, well, I'll have a rummage sale after I move. I'll take it to the charity after I move. Well, you got it all mixed up. You're paying, it's enormously hard to move stuff So the less of it you have to move, the easier it will be. You got to do all that before. So if you have any thoughts that you're going to move, start trimming down the stuff now and build that into your schedule as something you should be doing. So anyway, I hope that helps. All for now.